mommy.
What's up, you guys? It's ChazTV23 here, back at you with another YouTube video. So, it's been so long since I have came on here and spoke with you guys. My last video, I checked earlier, I forgot. It was January, I think January 20th of 2020. So way before the pandemic happened. So I'm sure I look a little bit different. I done gained about 25 pounds, but I'm back in the gym slowly but surely to start working out, to try to get this summer body yada. Because summer's right around the corner. It's April the 16th today, I believe. So yeah, just a few more months and it's time to be naked in these streets. I have not got the vaccine though, so maybe not in the streets as much, but you know, a little here and there, being safe, wearing your mask, taking your vitamins, working out, eating healthy, all that good stuff. So yeah, y'all, oh my gosh, so much has happened. As you can see, my room is different. I have since moved from the last time I spoke with you guys. Yeah, I moved from Nacogdoches to Houston last August, actually on my birthday. Yeah, so big stuff. So I've been out here for August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 8 months. So almost to our year mark. It's been really good. Me and Bae. So yeah, I just want to come here and update you all. Well, actually, this is not going to be the update vlog. I'll do another vlog updating on all the stuff that's happening. Or maybe so. We'll just see how the conversation flows. I might end up putting all my updates inside of this or not. But what I really came to share is I just wanted to do a video. I don't know what to call it.
What's wrong with me? Maybe it's me, maybe it's us.
Maybe we're the problem. That's what I'm gonna title it. Maybe we're the problem, you know? Who was it? Ventura did a post the other day, I think on Instagram, and she was like, you are everywhere you go. So it's not always everybody else's problem. So, you know, maybe we are the problem. Sometimes we have to take a deep dive and see, what am I doing? So I want to go through a couple of tips. I did write my tips down, so I do have those. So I won't have to ponder on those. Of things that we need to address or see within ourselves. And it should help us, you know, kind of progress and be better. So the first thing is stop making excuses for yourself. This is me talking to myself. So one thing I've noticed, so when I was working, I am unemployed right now. I quit my job back in March. So I've been unemployed for like 6 weeks. When I was working though in the office, so before the pandemic, when I wanted to start eating healthier and being healthier, drinking my 8 glasses of water a day, I was like, I can't be drinking all that water because I have to go to the restroom too much and I don't want to be using the restroom that much at work. Well, guess what? Coronavirus comes and now we're working from home. Do you think I started drinking that water? I have a restroom right there. I can go whenever I want to because I personally don't like using public restrooms for number one or number two. I just don't like to do it unless I completely have to. When I was living in Nacogdoches, when I needed to really use the restroom, I would literally drive home to do my business and then come back. So yeah, been working from home, not drinking those 8 bottles of water. Then I wanted to work out and my job was a little bit stressful. So I'm like, I'm too stressed out when I get off work to go to the gym. Well, guess what? I've been unemployed for 6 weeks. And here recently I just started because I had this conversation with myself, but I was sleeping all day and watching TV and not working out. So we have to stop making those excuses for ourselves. Whether it be, you know, personal goals, maybe a hobby that you wanted to get into, like me with YouTube. That's why I'm doing this YouTube video. Like I've been saying, oh my gosh, we're working from home now. I can do all this content. Didn't put out any content in the pandemic. Been going on for how long now? So yeah, just get out there and do it. If you wanted to read books, write a book, start painting, whatever you want to do, just stop making those excuses because most of the time they're really not valid. It's just something that we say out loud to really convince ourselves that it's okay that we're not doing what we want to and need to do. And it's not okay. Stop making an excuse and get to it. Oh, y'all can't really see it. It says cheers to me. Babe bought me this. It's kind of like a trophy, but it's a wine glass and I'm drinking some Chardonnay. cheers to me because I just passed my state and national real estate exam on the first try. I will actually be making a YouTube video on that because I did not know a lot of people, they don't pass it on the first try. So I'll go through, you know, what I did to study, what I did to pass, and the company that I went through. They were amazing. So they'll be in another vlog later on. But yeah, so cheers to me. Another one is not listening to God or listening to ourselves. This is a really big one for me, and like all the stuff that has transpired over the last couple of months is really a big testament to this. So as you know, previously I worked in Nacogdoches at eTech. I gave them 7, almost 8 years of my life working for them. Amazing company. I recommend anybody to go there and work. But you know, sometimes when you reach the end of your rope, it's the end of your rope. So amazing. I had an amazing story and testimony with that company. I was there, like I said, for almost 8 years, and I had a promotion, starting off as an entry-level agent, working my way up, working in different departments from social media, business development, helped out with training, ran campaigns. While working with business development, started learning how to onboard, so program implementation, different campaigns and stuff. So really amazing. But anyways, while I was working there, I graduated with my bachelor's in 2015. So I was supposed to leave Nacogdoches after I graduated in 2015. But my job with eTech was not done. I got ready to leave. I got a promotion. And so every time it seemed like when I was getting ready to leave the company, something greater happened. So I really just prayed and talked to the Lord, and I was like, Lord, I need a sign. And I remember he told me, you need to stay with this company. And the sign for you to leave is that if you don't get a promotion within 6 months to a year from your previous one, that is your time to go. So here I go. I'm on my 7th promotion at this point. 6 months roll around. I'm like, okay, I think, you know, it's about time to go. So I start talking, you know, to everybody, letting them know like, hey, I might be leaving soon. Just letting them know, because I am a firm believer in I want to make sure everything is set. And so start making those conversations, and then, you know, talk started happening like, oh, well, we do have a plan for you. Like, this is going to be here. Like, you will see it within, like, you know, the next couple of months. We have these big plans coming. So I wait another 6 months. A year passes by. And at this time, I'm really deep into the campaign, because the last campaign I was on, I loved it. Even though the campaign was ridiculously hard, I loved interacting with the clients, and I loved the work that we did. So a year went by, I didn't worry about it. 2 years went by, didn't worry about it. Now going on 3 years, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm still here. At this point, I've gone on to get my master's degree online while working full time, and still making the same amount of money that I've been making for 3 years. And I'm like, Lord, I need a raise. But not that I was high up on the food chain, but I mean, I was pretty much up there. And I think really the only way to get a promotion was somebody was gonna have to retire, somebody was gonna have to move up. Like, it's when you get to that point, like, strategic moves have to be made for you to advance. And so I'm like, what do I do? What's next? And so now I'm praying again, like, Lord, I need a sign. And he said, what do you need a sign for? I already told you. And I'm like, you did. So what am I doing? So why am I still working here when my sign was that I should have left 6 months to a year from my last promotion? So at this point, 2 years ago, I should have left. So I put in my resignation and I stepped out on faith. And within 6 weeks, within like a month and a half of leaving there, I have gone and obtained my real estate license and will start working, selling real estate. But just think what it could have been if I would have followed directions. Like, instead of me just now starting, I would have been well in with all this experience under my belt, selling homes already and successful. Because I know I'm going to be successful. Like, he's already promised me, like, I've already seen it. It's there. So we have to really listen to our gut. And my gut told me, even back then, at the 6 months mark, when I started talking about leaving, like Charles, just step out on faith and do it. But I got so comfortable because I was living in Nacogdoches. Cost of living is really low. Making a good bit of money, you know, for somebody that's 26 years old, 25, 26 years old. Bills were paid. you know, just living life. Got to travel a lot. All that money went towards plane tickets. Because during that time, a little bit, that's when me and Darius started dating, and we were long distance. He was in Chicago. So, and we saw each other like almost every 2 weeks. Either I was going out there or he was coming here. So plane tickets I didn't have to worry about. Like, life was good. And then he moved to Texas. Life was still good, but we knew that Nacogdoches was not for us and we needed to get to the city. So all in all, just, you know, stepped out on faith and did it. But I said all that to say, listen to your gut, listen to God. The signs are there, but are you going to take them? Because a lot of times we get those signs, we get directions to follow, but we don't want to step out of our comfort zone. And as the cliche goes, everybody knows, when you are out of your comfort zone, that means you're growing. That's when change happens. Change cannot happen if everything is the same, if everything is mundane. You do the same thing day after day. So this next one is more so for my friendly people, my people that don't like confrontation, very non-confrontational, that like see things and make mental notes but don't really speak out on it as much. I'm going to say, start standing up for yourself and being a little bit more vocal. I'm not saying be harsh, be abrasive, but sometimes you do have to speak up. You do have to say stuff so that people don't think they got away with it or that they're getting over on you. So I have a little story time. It's gonna be really quick. I was working this job, and me and this lady, Michelle, we became really cool. Like, we would buy each other's food, and we exchanged numbers, text each other, you know, just about random stuff, checking up on each other if one of us wasn't feeling well, etc., etc., etc. Well, on down the line, Jonathan comes along, and we kind of connect, but him and Michelle don't see it for each other, right? And so one day, Jonathan and I are just having casual conversation, and they bring up Michelle, and they're just talking about, you know, how they don't really care for her, like she's this and she's that. And me, even though me and Michelle are starting to form a bond, I also, even though I'm non-confrontational, I think I like to be as candid as possible when dealing with facts. So I was like, you know, I love Michelle. She can be a bit harsh at times, be a bit of a terror. You don't know when she's gonna strike. Like, if you get on her bad side, she could be getting this whole plan together to get you up out of here and you wouldn't even know. But just know that you got on her bad side and she struck you. But you know, that's my girl. Like, I love her. It's the conversation. And mind you, during this conversation, I'm just sticking to the facts. I'm speaking highly of Michelle because at one point she almost became like a mentor to me, like in a lot of different situations. And mind you, we had this conversation, me and Jonathan, and within like the next month, I see Jonathan and Michelle together. I'm like, but you know, people change. And so then I reach out to Michelle for something and she doesn't respond. And I'm like, that's really odd. And then the next thing I know, I see Jonathan putting like a praise post about her on Facebook. And I'm like, hold up. So I'm like, I wonder if Jonathan went back and switched up the story about what was actually said in the conversation to get Michelle on his side, and now me and her are on the fritz or whatever. So now looking back at that situation, I definitely, now the person I am now, over these past couple of years, definitely would have spoke up and said something to Michelle, like, girl, what's going on? Like, we don't never go this long without talking. Like, you've been MIA, But at that point, I just made a mental note and I was like, okay, I see you, and we'll keep it pushing. I just know how to deal with you at that point. I said all that to say this. Be vocal. When you see something, don't assume, because you already know when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, or you and me, however it goes. But yeah, just be vocal and then clear confusion so that way you don't have to think, is this person backstabbing? Is this person twisting words? And it was funny, like this show called The Circle that's on right now, where they're chatting online or whatever. These two girls had got into it and they both came back and brought their own pieces of the story. And one of them really wanted to clear her name. And so she got everybody in a group chat and kind of like put some pieces out there, but didn't bring it all out there. But the main thing was the girls group. And so she had pulled up one girl and they were having the conversation And then the other one pulled up the other two girls and had the conversation. In those instances, you should have just got all four girls together and like, okay, so this is what happened. And they would have cleared it instead of leaving the other two girls in limbo. Like, okay, who said what? Because you never had both people there to defend their story and say what really happened. But I don't think being vocal is a bad thing. If you are a non-confrontational person like myself, or somebody that typically tries to take, the more smoother approach and don't like to really rock the boat, as you transition to becoming vocal, people will notice. It was funny. I was just on the phone the other day with my college roommate, Christian. And so he had talked about these cookies, these crumble cookies. He like hyped them up. He loved their chocolate chip cookies, right? And so I tried them, hated them. And so he called me and he was asking me like, hey, what did you think about the cookies? And I'm like, hated them. Like, will never get them again. And he was like, what? Like, I don't like that, roommate. I'm like, what? He was like, you done changed. Typically you'd have been like, they were all right. No, I am like very direct now. And not harsh, but I wasn't being rude, but I just didn't see it. For the cookies they weren't hitting. And so, but again, me, because I am like a mediator type of person, I was like, okay, so maybe I'm tripping. So I even tried them again, bought them again. I still don't care for them. Like, they're not the best, but they were okay the second time around. But yeah, people will notice. But hey, do you, boo? Number 4, a major thing that I know like millennials deal with, Generation Z are really dealing with a lot, I think, is don't base your success off of other people. Remember, everybody lives their own life. Everybody has their own journey. No two people's life are going to be the same. So why would you base your success off of other people? Especially their social media presence, baby. Social media is the hype. That's what it's there for. People go to social media for the clout, to get the hype. And a lot of those people on there, the life that you see them living is not their true life, baby. These people are on there in designer and walking. They don't have a car. In designer, laying under a damn bridge. They don't have any place to stay. Like, you can't base your success off them. Because then you start having self-esteem issues like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be 30 and this 21-year-old is living life and they have all this designer and all this. And I guess, if you're a monetary person, I think that will make you have self-esteem issues. I'm the first person to say, like, of course I want to get this bread, but at the end of the day, I don't really care about money. Like, if I have it to share, if it's somebody I know that, has my back and they're doing bad, like, I try to help people out. I just don't care about, like, the glitz and glam. I don't. Like, it's nice to have. Like, if this shirt, it's not. I think I got this shirt off Amazon. But, like, if it was Gucci or something like that, I would love it. Like, it doesn't have to be branded Gucci. Like, I don't care for you to know that I'm balling. Like, I buy it for me to feel good, not for other people to see it and be like, oh my gosh, and gush over it. Like, that's not what I do. But anyways, yeah, don't base your success off of other people. What you need to do is figure out, what do you want to do? And do a SMART goal, or in my case, make a roqkMORE goal or a MORE goal for what you want to do and actually push it through. And then that's how you can see if you're successful or not. A MORE goal, you put it down. So M, make sure your goal is measurable. How can it be tracked? How can you evaluate success? So let's say you want to try out for the volleyball team and you have never played volleyball in your life, and you know that a part of the tryouts is going to be serving. So measurable is, so you're going to practice for a month. The first day you went to practice, you said you were going to do 20 serves and you only got 2 in. So now you know by the end of the month, you need to make at least 15 of those 20 serves in. So there you go. It's measurable. You can measure it. Success would be having 15 out of 20 serves on that last day of the month. Failure would be having less than 15 serves make it in at the end of the month. So now we move over into our O, which is going to be obtainable. Is the goal that you're setting, are you able to get it? Can you obtain it? Is it attainable? Can you achieve it? Like, I stole that from SMART Goal. But for more to work, I had to make it an O instead of an A. So yeah, obtainable, but I'm really talking about attainable. Is your goal attainable? So of course, if you've never played volleyball before in your life, you don't want to say, okay, by the end of the month, I need to be able to get a perfect service. I need to have 100% on my service. Like, you haven't played before in your life. So you're probably not going to be able to obtain that, which goes into the next one. We have our R. Is it realistic? So looking at your goal, it's obtainable. So you can serve 15 in out of 20. It can be done, but you have to look at your skill set. And is that realistic for you? If you've never played volleyball in your life, do you think you're gonna go from only getting 2 out of 20 to making 15 in out of 20 in a 30-day span? That's probably not realistic. So then you might need to stretch your time frame out. So let's say, give yourself 3 months. By the end of this quarter, I'm going to be able to serve 75% in. I'm going to be able to get 15 out of my 20 serves in the court. That makes it realistic. So yeah, look at your goal. Can it be obtained? Is it attainable? Is the goal that you're trying to reach, can it be done? Yes, it can. And if it can be done, evaluate yourself. Is it realistic for you to reach that goal within a time frame that you've set? So that's your M, your O, and your R. And now E is going to be explicit. So this is coming off of the specific from SMART goal. E, explicit, make it plain, make it clear, write it down so there's no confusion exactly what your goal is. So I am going to practice my volleyball serves for the next 3 months. By the end of my 3-month period, I should be able to have a 75% success service rate when I go to serve. So out of my 20 serves, I should be able to make 15 in, which would be a success. Anything less than 15 would be a failure. And there goes your goal. Y'all, this trail mix here, babe got this for Easter. It's called Bunny Baked Trail Mix. Listen, it's supposed to be healthy for you. It has peanuts, candies, and cookies in it. So good. He scored, because we kind of did our shopping for Easter late, and so there wasn't a lot of stuff on the shelf. I guess because it's Archer Farms. I don't know if people didn't want it or whatever, but it was a steal, and we stocked up on them. I think the wine got me a little bit of munchies, so. Okay, so hopefully I don't have chocolate in my teeth. So lastly is going to be, don't downplay yourself. Listen, I have a hard time with this. I don't know if it's just nothing is ever good enough for me, or, I just want to push harder, but that is really detrimental to your mental health, okay? You need to take time to celebrate your wins. You should be your biggest hype man, okay? Everybody around me congratulates me on stuff, but I'm just like, no, like, I'm not there yet. Like, wait a minute. But sometimes we have to take a look at the facts. Like, stuff that doesn't seem such a big deal to me, I have to start taking a step back and looking like it's a big deal. When I graduated my master's, I'm like, okay, I got another degree. That's a huge deal. I don't know the exact percentage, but I think only maybe like 13 point something people in the US have a master's degree. Like, I'm in the number. And to be a Black, educated man in their 20s, like, that's a big deal. So I should really celebrate that. Again, I did graduate during the midst of the pandemic when it was like first coming around. So, I didn't really get to do it even if I wanted to, but that's a big win. And like recently, like I stated earlier, I just passed. Why this? Why? Oh, Miss Sutter Home. Sutter Home, baby. 13.5%. No wonder. Hold that thought. Look, obviously I passed, but be your biggest supporter. Like, go out and celebrate your wins. You pass a test, celebrate it. You get a promotion, whether it's $1 or 25 cents, celebrate it, okay? You get you some new bundles in, celebrate it. Like, you got your stimulus check, celebrate it, okay? Pump yourself up, be your biggest hype man, because guess what? If you don't, nobody else will. Like RuPaul said, if you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love anybody else? Can I get an amen? So that's really this video. I need to go because clearly Sutter Home is getting to me and I want to edit this video and get it up as soon as possible. So yeah. As always, thank you for watching, and this is Wait, what is my outro? It's been so long since I did a video, I done forgot my outro. Oh yeah, always I want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and click that notification bell as well, because clearly you don't know when I'm going to post a video, and you don't want to miss it when I do. It may be tomorrow, it may be 3 months from now, maybe a year and 4 months from now. You just never know. So click the notification bell so you can be notified when the video is uploaded. And until next time, I'm ChazTV23. Peace out.